Argyle are massive everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
The wheel has finally joined the Cornish Janner YouTube channel. The wheel. I want to thank Matt SB of Coventry City for giving me this inspiration of an idea. So I thought I'd try it myself, as we are pretty much now a month away till the season begins. And the Euros finishes tonight. I'm making a video itself of the final between England and Spain. So I thought, because of that, and that the Euros is ending, I can get underway with more English football content. And here we are. The first one of them all. We start with the 2024-25 EFL Championship predictions. Not my predictions, but the wheel's predictions. So this could really be in any order possible. During this video, I am going to, react to them and see where my early predictions have landed so far regarding each of the 24 clubs. So this prediction could be from the wheel, could be as unrealistic as possible, but knowing my luck, it could be more accurate than mine coming towards the start of the season. But either way, though, guys, it is now nearly a month away, the season of 2024-25. I'm really looking forward to it, and honestly, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. We start it off next month at Sheffield Wednesday away. Here we go then. Let's just quickly work out how I'm going to set this up. So here is the wheel. As you can see, I have completely randomized the order because I thought if it was in alphabetical order, the wheel, it would look absolutely stupid and ridiculous, and there could be a more potential order than another. So what I did before making this wheel was I went on a random hat generator and randomized every single club in a random order, and then put that random order on the wheel. So it makes the wheel and the predictions even more random than you think. So let's just see what this wheel has to offer. So, we're going from bottom to top, obviously, because it's more exciting. So we will go from 24th to 1st. So I will be bricking it. And also, when we get to first, we will work out who the playoff teams are. I'll randomize those teams, and then we will see who the playoff winner is as well, to make it more exciting. So, yeah. Here we go then, guys. I'm excited. Here is the wheels, the random wheels 2024-25 championship predictions. Let's get this underway. So here we go. Who's it going to land on first? Oh, we're going, wow. The wheel has landed on exactly who I think's going to come 24th in the championship so far. That is, that's mental. So the wheel has got Blackburn to come 24th. I'm going to change the brand colour, by the way, as well, so you guys know who it is round by round as well. So there we are. The wheel has predicted Blackburn to come 24th place. I can't lie. The wheel is actually the same as me so far, because I've also got Blackburn in 24th at the moment and getting relegated to League One this season. My reasoning being, and this is early prediction so far, before I actually release my prediction videos. My reason being, yes, they've still got hold of Schmodix despite the links to Ipswich. They've brought back Lewis Travis, but I don't think there's any good outside of the club at the moment and off the field. Also, they seriously nearly went down with Schmodix as well last season. I just don't think they're going to have the capabilities to do it. And while I do rate John Eustace as a manager, I just don't think Blackburn are going to have enough to do it this season. I really think they'll go down this season. So it's actually accurate to my predictions at the moment, because I've also got Blackburn currently in 24th. So that's mad. So people in this video are gonna watch this thinking, oh, this is rigged already, isn't it? So, but the wheel has spoken. The wheel has spoken, and the wheel predicts Blackburn to get relegated to League One for 25-26 and to come 24th place. So there we are. What a start that is. So now we go on to who could potentially finish 23rd. Here we go then. 23rd place, the wheel thinks, will be... Stop! 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 Don't go anymore! Oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew you had a heart attack. But the wheel has said Sheffield Wednesday to come 23rd. The team that nearly got relegated last season and survived because of Danny Roll's brilliance. Let me just change the colour once more. Sheffield Wednesday to come 23rd, according to the wheel. Now, I'm going to tell you guys why I do not think Wednesday's going to go down this season. First of all, they've got a cracking manager in Danny Roll. Second of all, despite all the problems they've had with Chansiri, I just look at the signings they've made so far this summer. I really think they mean business. And yes, Danny Roll signed a contract with them, and that's going to bring them pressure into this season. But I just think he's a really good manager. I don't see them going down at all. I really think they'll get better, to be honest. I've got Sheffield Wednesday in the top half so far, in 10th place. I really think they'll have a good season, but we'll see what happens. The wheel has predicted Sheffield Wednesday to join Blackburn and go down, and therefore Wednesday's great escape last season will all get forgotten about if they finish 23rd this season. So, yeah, the wheel has spoken and has predicted the Owls to go down and back to League One this season with Blackburn Rovers. So now let's move on to who is going to finish 22nd and the last of the relegation spots. I don't want to watch because I just hope it isn't us. I hope it isn't us. I hope it isn't us. All this video is going to end early. Who's it going to be? 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 Oh, phew. Well, the wheel doesn't think Plymouth are going to go down, so we are relieved by that. They have got West Brom to be relegated to League One for the first time in ages and come 22nd. So the wheel has spoken. The wheel has spoken. And the wheel has got West Brom to finish in 22nd place. So that means Carlos Corberán is predicted by the wheel to have a disastrous season and for the Baggies to go back down. No, to go down, which would be a disaster for the Baggies. I can't lie, I don't see West Brom going down at all. It would be interesting if they went down, the next big club to go down. I thought had they never had that takeover they had, they could be potentially the next big club to go down, but they did have that takeover. I don't see it at all. They've kept hold of Corberán despite his links to Leicester. They've got a very good squad, finished playoffs last season. I've got West Brom second in my predictions at the moment. I've got them to go back up to the Premier League this season, but we'll see how Corberán does. The wheel thinks opposite and thinks West Brom will go down in 22nd place. I've got West Brom to go up, meanwhile, but the wheel has spoken, and the relegated three so far are Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday, and West Brom. Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday, and West Brom to be relegated to League One for 25-26. So the wheel has spoken on who they think is going to go down. And now it just depends on what the rest of the order is going to be now from 21st onwards. So everyone else is safe for the championship season. So let's see where that goes now. Who's going to be 21st, barely surviving? It's Swansea. It's the club from South Wales. Swansea is predicted to come 21st place, according to our friend The Wheel. So Swansea to come 21st. So The Wheel thinks that Luke Williams is nowhere near going to have the season that Swansea had in the second half of the season, finishing in 14th. Swansea to go down. So that would be a disastrous season for Swansea, but it would still mean another season in the Championship. It would be a shocking season, though, for Swansea, regardless. I mean, the start of last season, it looked like it was going to go that way. But then the second half of the season, they brought in Luke Williams. I thought it was a terrible appointment, but it turned out to be a fantastic appointment. Swansea finished 14th at the end, rescuing their season, finishing in mid-table. And this is another one I don't see down there. I have got Swansea 7th in my prediction so far. I think they're going to improve and just miss out on the playoffs. I do rate Luke Williams and I do rate their squad at the moment. But the Wheel thinks otherwise. The Wheel has got the Swans, the Jacks, to finish in 21st place. So that will be very interesting indeed if that happens. And it would be a turbulent season for the men from the Liberty Stadium. So let's move on to who finishes 20th. Who's going to finish 20th then, just ahead of Swansea and also barely surviving? No, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Oh my God. Oh my God. That would be so funny if that happens. The Wheel thinks Leeds are going to finish in 20th place. That is absolutely hilarious. I can't believe that. I can't lie. It'd be so funny if that happens. It would be an absolute howler of a season for Daniel Farke. And that would get him sacked for sure if Leeds do finish in 20th place. And it'd be the first time they'd be flirting with League One since the middle of the 2000s when I was a kid. When they got relegated in 2007, I'm pretty sure Leeds did. I'm going to double check on that. I'm pretty sure they went down in 2007 with Luton and Southend in the Championship. But this I don't see happening at all. I've got Leeds to win the league at the moment, like a lot of people do at the moment. But it could be someone else. But I've got Leeds to win the league and rejoin the Premier League for 2025-26. Yeah, Leeds finished bottom in 2007. And that back then, that was Leeds' tenure in League One for a few seasons. But yeah, this would be a shocking season for Leeds if this happens. So the Wheel has got Leeds to finish in 20th, a disastrous season for Daniel Farke. And he would get sacked for sure if this happens, for definite. I hope this happens. It would be so funny, I can't lie, because and it also saves Argyle's relegation troubles. I say that. Watch the Wheel put us 19th. But that would be a disastrous season. But it's funny because everyone's got them to go up this season. And then this is the Wheel thinking it'll be complete opposite. So yeah, well, there we are. Well, I've got Leeds to win the league meanwhile, so far. But the Wheel has spoken and the Wheel thinks Leeds are going to finish in 20th. And, oh my God, that would be incredible. That would be incredible for the EFL. It really would. It just makes it more competitive at this point. So the Wheel's got Leeds to finish 20th. Who has the Wheel got to finish just ahead of them in 19th? Also potentially battling for relegation. Coventry. Coventry in 19th place. Would be a really disappointing season for Coventry if that does happen, because it's so weird because I have got the teams that I have got to be up there have the Wheel has got complete opposite wise. The Wheel has got Coventry to finish in 19th place. So that would be a disastrous season for Mark Robins. And if he does leave at the end of the season due to that, it would be a sad end to his time at a club that absolutely adores him. And the man that has got Coventry to where they are now. So yeah, the Wheel thinks Coventry is going to finish in 19th place. Now remember, at the start of last season, they did start really slowly and they were around this position. only for their second half of the season to be incredible. Knocked out Man United in the nearly knocked out Man United in the FA Cup. And then Coventry just missed out on playoffs and finished in 9th. It's interesting because I've got Coventry in my top 4 at the moment. I've got Coventry to finish 4th at the moment. I trust that squad at the moment to finish playoffs. I think they'll have a cracking season. But the Wheel thinks otherwise. The Wheel has got 3 of my top 4 in the bottom 6, which is incredible. Leeds in 20th, West Brom to go down in 22nd, and Coventry in 19th. I've got Coventry to finish 4th, meanwhile, as it stands. But the Wheel has spoken and has got Coventry to finish in 19th place, which would be a spectacle as well if that does happen. So now we move on closer and closer towards mid-table and steering away from that relegation battle, but not quite exactly safe, if you get what I mean. And the Wheel has predicted Millwall to finish in 18th place this season. Not quite the season that Neil Harris would have hoped for if that happens. And the Wheel thinks Millwall is going to come 18th place. Sorry, let me just change the colours there, like I just have done. But bear with me. Millwall to come 18th, according to the Wheel. This is another one I don't see happening. I know Millwall have lost their goalkeeper in the most tragic circumstances possible. May he rest in peace. And because of that, I really think this side now will give it everything this season. A bit like what Denmark did in the Euros when Eriksen had that cardiac arrest. And I have got Millwall. I've got Millwall 11th in my predictions at the moment. I think they're very unpredictable, but I can see them battling for playoffs this season. And they've made good signings as well. They've re-signed Tanganga as well. I think Millwall will battle for the playoffs, but I have got a few teams that I have ahead of them, just ahead of them, to pip Millwall to those places. But I do see them battling for playoffs this season, unlike the Wheel, who has got Millwall to finish in 18th this season, and not quite the season they had last season. Very unpredictable, and Millwall finished mid-table in 13th place. But the Wheel has spoken and has got the men from the Den to finish in 18th place for the 2024-25 Championship predictions. So now let's see who comes in 17th place. 17 teams left to go. What is the Wheel going to say? Oh, looking at one of the League One promoted clubs. It's Oxford. It's Oxford. The Wheel has got Oxford to survive comfortably and finish in 17th place. Wow, wow, wow. So there we are. The Wheel has spoken once more. So we'll get the graphic up once more. The Wheel has got Oxford to finish in 17th position. Now, I'm going to be honest about Oxford right now. I really am. And Oxford fans are going to love me saying this, but I've also got Oxford to survive. I really don't see Oxford going down like most of the majority of the EFL fans and the bookies. I really don't see them going down. Have you seen the signings that Des Buckingham has made so far? Including Will Vaulks from Wednesday. It's been an incredible transfer window so far, if you ask me, from Oxford United. I really hope they survive as well, because obviously I got a few friends who support Oxford, and they're just seen as like the so-called smallest club in the league. Oh, they don't have enough for the Championship. They'll go straight back down. I really don't see them going down. I really don't. I've got Oxford to finish 20th at the moment. I've got them to survive as well. I really think they'll survive. The Wheel thinks a few places higher and has predicted Oxford to finish in 17th place, which could happen, to be honest. A lot of people will look at this video going, oh, there's no way I see that happening. But the Wheel has spoken, and the Wheel has predicted Oxford to finish in 17th place, the lowest of the 3 promoted clubs coming from League One. And yeah, well, there you are. The Wheel has got Oxford to come in 17th place. I've got them 20th, near enough, but that would be a cracking first season back in the Championship for Oxford. Because remember, this is Oxford's first season in the second tier since 1999. And just like us last season, I really think Oxford are going to give this season a real go. And who can blame them? They're delighted to be back in the Championship, and it's brilliant for the EFL that they're back in the Championship. I'm excited to see what they can do and what Des Buckingham can do this season. But the wheel has spoken and has predicted Oxford to come 17th place. There we are. Who is going to come 16th? Who is going to come 16th as we edge closer and closer to mid-table? We edge closer and closer. Oh, nearly us. No, it's not us. It's Pompey. It's Pompey. The wheel has got Pompey to finish in 16th place. So another one of the promoted clubs to be comfortable in surviving. This is actually near enough where I've predicted Pompey, actually, because I've predicted Pompey 18th at the moment. I also think, like Oxford, they'll survive, no problem. The wheel thinks they'll do 2 places better, and the wheel has predicted Pompey to finish this season in 16th place, which would be a brilliant first season back in the Championship for Portsmouth, for John Messinio and his squad. They've also signed Josh Murphy from Oxford. Be interested to see how Pompey get on. I hope otherwise, because they're rivals of us, of course. So we'll see what happens. But the wheel thinks Pompey will finish in 16th place and will have no relegation fears whatsoever, which means the wheel thinks Derby will finish the highest out of the 3 promoted clubs from League One. I can't lie, I think opposite. I think it'll be Pompey, but it's the Championship. It's one of the most unpredictable leagues in the world. Anything can happen. I've got Pompey to finish 18th at the moment in my predictions, which would mean survival for Pompey regardless. The wheel thinks 2 places higher and has predicted Portsmouth to finish this season in 16th place. So now we move on to who finishes in 15th place. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? I think that could be Sunderland. I think that could be Sunderland. And it is Sunderland. Sunderland to have another mediocre mid-table finish, just like last season. The wheel has spoken and thinks the Black Cats will hardly improve one bit. Sunderland to finish in 15th place, according to the wheel. So the wheel has spoken. I can't lie. I think Sunderland will struggle this season. I really do. Jack Clark is on the verge of moving to Southampton, from what I've heard from the transfer latest. Their new manager, Regis Lebris, is new to the Championship, and he got Lorient relegated from the French League last season. I really think Sunderland will have a turbulent season, and they ended the season of last season so poorly. So poorly. Finishing in 16th after starting incredibly, finishing disastrously. I just don't think the fans have a very good relationship with their director of football, Speakman. And I really think Sunderland will struggle this season. I really do. I don't rate them at all at the moment. But yeah, I've got Sunderland 21st at the moment, barely surviving. And I have got them to barely survive and have a very, very hard season in the Championship this season. I don't think it's going to be an easy season for them at all. But they finished 16th last season. The wheel has got Sunderland to finish 15th this season. So it's just a case that the club doesn't improve one bit and finish pretty much where they are from last season. So the wheel has spoken and has got Sunderland to finish in 15th position. So who's going to finish in 14th place as we edge closer and closer to mid-table and closer to the edge of the first half of the table in the second half of the in the bottom half of the table. And the wheel has spoken, and the wheel thinks Norwich are going to finish in 14th and have a turbulent season themselves. Well then, that is interesting indeed. Now, I can't lie, I don't know what colour to use for Norwich because they play in both yellow and green, so I'll go with in between and go lime. But the wheel has spoken, and the wheel thinks Norwich are going to finish in 14th place for this season's Championship. So that would be a turbulent season for Norwich indeed. I can't lie, I think they'll finish higher than 14th. I think they'll be top half. No problem. But I don't have Norwich playoffs in my predictions at the moment. I have got Norwich 8th in my predictions at the moment. I don't think they're going to have quite the season they had last season, and I think it'll be harder for them. But Time will tell. I wouldn't be surprised if they get playoffs at all. But we will find out. And they have sacked David Wagner. It will depend on how their new manager will get on. But the wheel has spoken and thinks Norwich will finish in 14th at the moment. They got a new manager in Johannes Hoff Forup. I think Norwich will finish 8th as it stands, but the wheel has spoken and thinks Norwich will finish in 14th place, which would be a very hard season and disappointing season for the Canaries. And they go again in the Championship for 25-26. So, who is going to be 13th to wrap up the bottom half of the table? So here we go. Who's going to finish 13th? Who's going to finish 13th? I think that's going to be Derby. It could be Stoke. It's leaning towards Stoke. No, it is Derby. The wheel thinks Derby will finish in 13th place. And that is all the promoted clubs of League One wrapped up. So, yeah, I prefer that colour, actually. So, regarding Derby. So, yeah, it reminds me of the Discord server I'm in. So, yeah, there is that. The wheel thinks Derby are going to finish mid-table in 13th place and the highest out of the promoted League One clubs. I can't lie. I think Derby will finish the lowest of the League One clubs at the moment. I have got Derby to go straight back down, second bottom in 23rd place. And my reasoning being, Paul Warne has not had a good record in this league. Derby have hardly signed any players apart from, I think they're on the verge of signing Matt Ryan, veteran goalkeeper himself, from former Brighton goalkeeper. But I just don't think Derby have the squad at the moment to get in, to survive, to be honest. I think they'll be the lowest out of the three promoted clubs so far, and I've got them to come second bottom. I think it'll be a hard season for the Rams, but I hope I'm proved wrong because I'd rather them survive than some other clubs. So, yeah. But the wheel has spoken and thinks Derby will finish the highest out of the three League One promoted clubs. Mid-table in 13th place, and that would be a solid season return to the Championship for Derby County Football Club. So that is the first half of the season, the bottom half of the season wrapped up. And now we move on to the top 12, which means this would be a cracking season for Argyle if we finished in 12th place at least. And the wheel thinks we will be top half, which is incredible. So let's see what happens. So the wheel has got QPR to finish in 12th, which would be an incredible season for Martí Cifuentes. So there is that. There is that. I don't know what colour to use for QPR, actually. So I'll try and find the best one possible. Because they play in both white and light blue. Sort of light blue. Bear with me. Yeah, that works. That works. I like that colour. I like that colour. The wheel has predicted QPR to come 12th. In 12th place, which would be a solid season for Martí Cifuentes if that happens. Mid-table for Queen's Park Rangers. I can't lie. I think QPR will do better than 12th. I have got QPR to finish in 9th at the moment. I highly rate Cifuentes, and the way they ended last season as well, it was incredible. It was honestly incredible. And it'll be so interesting to see how they do this season as well. We've got them third game of the season at Loftus Road. It won't be easy at all, but time will tell on how they do. I rate Cifuentes. I think they'll be top half as well. I've got QPR to finish 9th at the moment. The wheel thinks they'll finish 12th, and that would be a cracking season for QPR regardless, and a massive improvement on the season they had just gone, finishing in 18th place and being in a relegation scrap for most of it. So, what about 11th place then? Who is going to finish 11th according to the wheel? We will find out. We will find out. We will find out. It's looking at Burnley. It's looking at Luton. The relegated Premier League clubs are all still in this, by the way. And they think Luton will finish the lowest out of the relegated Premier League clubs. I forgot to say that in this video, by the way, that the relegated Premier League clubs are all still in this. And that is the first one drawn in Luton Town. Rob Edwards as manager. Just been relegated from the Premier League. And the wheel thinks Luton will have a disappointing season. And the Hatters to finish in 11th place, which would be a turbulent season for Rob Edwards, and I think it would cost him his job as well. It wouldn't be a pretty season for Luton if that does happen, but the wheel has spoken and thinks that the lowest relegated Premier League side will be Luton Town. So the wheel has spoken. I think Luton will finish the highest, personally, out of the relegated Premier League clubs, ahead of Burnley, ahead of Sheffield United. But time will tell. The wheel thinks otherwise. The wheel has got Luton to finish in 11th place this season in the Championship, which would be a very hard season for the Hatters indeed, in their return to the Championship after a one-year spell in the Premier League. So there we are. Luton to finish 11th, according to the wheel. So now we go into the top 10. Who is going to finish 10th place? I wonder who it's going to be. It's that Shuey. That's Shuey. Or could it be Ryan Lowe? Could it be Ryan Lowe? It's not. It's Shuey. Shuey is predicted to finish 10th, according to the wheel. Stoke to come 10th, which would be, I can't lie, a brilliant season for Steven Schumacher. It would be a brilliant season for Steven Schumacher if that does happen. The wheel has spoken and has got Stoke to finish in 10th. Now, I can't lie. I think Stoke will improve this season, but I haven't got them top half. I have got Stoke 14th in my predictions at the moment, but the Potters are expected to do higher, according to the wheel, and the wheel has predicted Stoke City to finish in 10th. So 10th place for Stoke. So that would be a very good season for Shuey, I can't lie. But it would mean they would miss out on the playoffs. So Stoke will look at that and go, we go again for 25-26. I mean, if this does happen, it would actually be Stoke's best season in the Championship in years. So we will find out. But the wheel has spoken and thinks the Potters will finish in the top 10, in 10th place, and predicting a very good season for Steven Schumacher. So Stoke to come 10th, according to the wheel. Who is going to finish in 9th? Who is going to finish in 9th? I think that could be Burnley. I think that could be Burnley. And it is going to be Burnley. Burnley and Scott Parker to finish in 9th place. The wheel thinks Burnley will finish in 9th, which would be a disappointing season for Scott Parker. I mean, I can't lie. I don't think Burnley's going to do as well as people expect them to do with Vincent Kompany's departure to Bayern Munich. I think had they kept Vincent Kompany, I think it would be a lot different for Burnley. I think they'd be battling for automatics. They could still battle for automatics with Scott Parker. Excuse me. Like what he did with Fulham. But we will see. We will see. The wheel thinks Burnley will finish 9th this season. I have got Burnley to finish. I think I've got them to sneak playoffs at the moment. Yeah, I've got Burnley 5th at the moment. So I think they will be in the autos battle, but I don't think they're going to do as well as some of the others that I thought and think will be up there this season. So I've got the Clarets to come 5th and the second and the middle of the relegated Premier League clubs. I think Luton will finish highest. I think Sheffield United will finish lowest. But just like myself, the wheel also thinks Burnley will finish in the middle, but they've got Luton bottom out of the 3 relegated Premier League clubs and Sheffield United top. But the wheel thinks Burnley are going to finish in 9th, which would be a disappointing season for the Clarets. Will Scott Parker still be at the club for 2025-26 if that does happen? We will see. We will see. We will see. So the wheel's got Burnley to come 9th. So now we're getting closer and closer to those playoff places. I think that's us. That's us. That's us. It won't stop at Hull. Stop. 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 It's on the border. Oh, my God. Thank God for that. Oh, thank God for that. That was so close to being Argyle. That was so close to being playoff heartbreak for Argyle there. But Hull is predicted to come 8th, according to the wheel. The wheel has spoken. And I've got the right colours up for this as well. I've got the right colours up for this as well. But yeah, the wheel has spoken and has predicted Hull to finish in 8th this season. 1 place lower than last season under Liam Rosinia when they finished 7th. This season, Hull's got a new manager as well in Tim Walter. I can't lie, and I know the Hull boys not going to like this prediction, but I've got Hull to struggle this season. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near the same team as they were last season. I thought last season was their best chance to go up to the playoffs, and they blew it. Norwich got the playoffs. West Brom got the playoffs, but it was heartbreak for Hull, and it resulted in our survival, of course. But I don't think Hull's going to have anywhere near as the same season as last season. I can't lie. Their loans are gone. Philogene Bidace, I think, is on the verge of going to Aston Villa. Liam Delap's gone to Ipswich. Jacob Greaves has gone to Ipswich. They've lost their manager. I really don't think Hull's going to have the same season as they had last season. And you have these in championship seasons where you have a brilliant season and you just miss out on playoffs. And then the following season, you struggle and battle for relegation. Oxford did it in League One before this last season when they got promoted, of course. But I've got Hull. This might be controversial, but I've got Hull in 19th place in my predictions at the moment. I really don't think they're going to be the same team this season. I really don't. I think they'll be okay to go down. I don't see them going down at all, but I really think they're going to have a turbulent season and find it hard. I've got the Mauling Tigers to finish 19th at the moment. I really think they'll struggle, but the Wheel thinks otherwise. The Wheel thinks Hull will battle for playoffs once more and finish one place lower than they did last season, and the Wheel thinks Hull are going to finish in 8th. So now we go on to who is going to miss playoff heartbreak in 7th. I don't want to watch this because it could be us. It could be us. It could be us. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's Preston! Oh my God! Yes! 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 The Wheel thinks Argyle are going to be in the top 6 this season. Oh my God, that is amazing. Excuse me. I got all excited then. But the Wheel has Ryan Lowe to just miss the playoffs. That would be so funny as well. And karma to what he did to our club in the 2021-22 League One season. The Wheel thinks Preston North End will suffer playoff heartbreak, and finish in 7th place. Preston, which means they would be challenging for playoffs once more, but doing even better than they did last season, because Preston finished 10th last season, of course, in another mediocre mid-table finish after being top of the league for the start of the season. This time, the Wheel thinks Ryan Lowe will do even better and has got Preston to finish in 7th place, which would be heartbreak for Ryan Lowe. And I would find that so funny. On karma, this would be for Ryan Lowe for the way he left us. It really would be. And the Wheel thinks North End are going to finish 7th and miss out on the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. I can't lie. I think Preston will be mid-table again. I have got Preston 15th in my predictions at the moment, but the Wheel says otherwise. They think Preston will do better. The Wheel thinks Preston will do better and has got Preston to come 7th. The men from Deepdale to miss out on the playoffs for the skin of their teeth. And yeah, Preston to finish in 7th, according to the Wheel. So yeah, well, we're in the playoffs at least. I can't believe this. Now, I will say this now. Wherever Argyle finish, I'm delighted with, because the Wheel actually thinks we're going to have an amazing season under Rooney. So we will find out. So before we go on to the top 6, according to the Wheel, in no particular order, in alphabetical order, are Bristol City, Cardiff, Bristol City, Cardiff, Middlesbrough, Plymouth, Sheffield United, and Watford. The Wheel thinks that will be the top 6 this season, but in what order will it be? We will find out. Who has the Wheel got to finish in 6th? I think that could be us. That could be us. And it is us. Well, I'll take it. The Wheel thinks we'll finish 6th, which would be a fantastic season for the football club if that does happen, which means we will get the playoffs this season, according to the Wheel, which is absolutely incredible. What a season that would be for Plymouth Argyle Football Club. The wheel thinks we're going to finish 6th, which is incredible. I can't believe that. What a season that would be for Argyle. Honestly, if we finish 6th, I'm going to say this now, ready for this season. If we finish 6th this season, I will genuinely not just jump in Plymouth Hoe again in the sea to celebrate it, but I will also go on a nightclub and get drunk for you guys. What a season that will be. What a season that will be if Argyle finish 6th. Come on, up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army. What a season that would be. I can't lie. I have got us 17th at the moment, meanwhile. I think we will survive again. I think we'll do better than we did last season. We've now had a season learning in the Championship, and I think we can do better. I know Michael Cooper's on the verge of leaving us after rejecting the new contract extension, and we need to sell him now because of that. But we will see. We will see. We will see. We will see. A lot of other people don't rate Rooney at all, and they think that we're going to go down. But people forget that, yes, his time at Birmingham was shocking. But remember, if it wasn't for Derby's off-field problems, he would have kept Derby up. People seem to forget that. It doesn't matter if Liam Rosenior was his assistant at Derby. He is the manager, Rooney, after all. And he would have kept Derby County up. So that's that. And the people that disagree, you are bone idle, no idea what you're talking about. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And everyone thinks we'll go down just because Rooney's our manager. But I've seen the press conferences. I have very high hopes for him. I think we'll do better than we did last season. And we're well run. We are well run, honestly. We are well run, and I don't see us going down at all. I really don't see us going down at all. I know that sounds biased saying that, but I really don't see us going down at all. I trust the players. I trust the players. And also, Birmingham were in the playoffs when Rooney got appointed, and their ambition was to stay around there, and they went plummeted down the table. We don't care about the playoffs this season. We just want to be mid-table this season. That is the target for us this season, I feel, is mid-table. I've got a 17th at the moment. I would be delighted with 17th this season, and that would mean another season in the Championship for 25-26. I want to take these little small steps in this league before this badge reaches the Premier League for the first time in the club's history and in my lifetime, and my dream come true. But the wheel thinks otherwise. The wheel actually thinks we're going to have an absolutely unbelievable season under Rooney and has got Argyle to come in 6th place. Honestly, that would be amazing if that does happen. Bring it on. Bring it on. That would be incredible. So whoever finishes 3rd now, we will get in the playoffs. So let's find out. Well, it won't be Bristol City because the wheel thinks Bristol City will overcome their mid-table mediocreness and finish in 5th place. So it will be 5th place for Bristol City and for Liam Manning, according to the wheel. I have got Bristol City in mid-table once again at the moment, which would mean another mid-table mediocre season for Bristol City. And their fans will hate that once again. But the wheel thinks otherwise. The wheel thinks Bristol City will finish the season in 5th place. 5th place for Bristol City. And we could get potentially a West Country playoff final, which would be incredible for the region. It would be incredible for the Southwest if that does happen. So, yeah, the wheel thinks Bristol City will finish in 5th position and a chance to go up to the Premier League for the first time in their history themselves. And that would be a wonderful season for Liam Manning if that does happen. So the two Southwest clubs are predicted to finish in the top 6 this season, according to the wheel. I've got Bristol City 13th at the moment, but we will find out. We will find out. It is an unpredictable league after all, but that is a quality season for Bristol City if that does happen. A quality season for us if we finish 6th. And I will admit and confess that we would have overachieved like crazy if we finished 6th this season. And I'm all for it because I know it as well. And it would just be an incredible story for the club. So yeah, Bristol City to come 5th according to the wheel. So who is going to face Bristol City in the playoffs then, according to the wheel? We will find out. I think that's Watford. I think that's Watford that they're going to face in the playoffs. Watford to finish fourth, according to the wheel. And the wheel predicts Tom Cleverley will have a belter of a season in this season's championship. And Watford return to the top half of the table ways by having a good season after the disappointing season Watford had last season in 15th place. They did not have a good season at all, Watford. But this season, the wheel thinks the Hornets will return to battling for playoffs and promotion for the Premier League. So, fourth place for Watford, according to the wheel. I can't lie. I think Watford will struggle again this season. I have got Watford just ahead of us. I've got Watford 16th in my predictions at the moment, so we will find out. But the wheel thinks otherwise. The wheel thinks Watford are going to have a cracking season and finish in fourth place. So, fourth place for Watford. So, yeah. Now we go on to the top three. Who is going to miss automatic promotion heartbreak? And who will face us in the playoffs? Watford will face Bristol City in the playoffs. Who's going to finish third and face us in the playoffs? Please be Borough. That would be so funny because it's Daryl versus us lot. And it is. It is. Middlesbrough to finish in third. So we will get Daryl Johnson himself in the playoffs, according to the wheel. That would be so funny. That would be so funny. It'd be all that hype for it'd be all that hype for myself, Liam, Harvey England, and Daryl for this game. But the wheel thinks Middlesbrough are going to do much better this season and finish in third place and miss out on automatic promotion by the skin of their teeth. I can't lie. I have Borough so much lower than this at the moment in my predictions, which Daryl will not be happy with me about. I've got Borough 12th in my predictions at the moment. I am expecting Michael Carrick to have a disappointing season again. And my reasoning being is that I think there's going to be other clubs in this league that I can see improving and getting into that top half of the table. And Borough, I just think, will be in this league for years. Borough are the Bolton of the Championship and the Bradford of the Championship. They just cannot get out of this league at all. And that's why I've got Borough 12th at the moment. I think they will be mid-table, mediocre this season, but we will see what happens. The wheel thinks otherwise, and the wheel thinks that Borough will have a much better season than they did last season, and thinks Borough will finish the season in third place, which would be a very good season for Borough, but they would miss out on automatic promotion, which means we have the top two. So who is going to win the league and who's going to come second? We have our top two. We have our top two that the wheel thinks are going to get promoted to the Premier League. And the wheel thinks Sheffield United will return to the Barclays Premier League this season and another second place finish for the Blades and for Chris Wilder, which would mean Sheffield United will return to the Premier League according to the wheel, which means the wheel thinks Cardiff are going to win the league. The wheel thinks Cardiff are going to win the league. So, but we'll talk about Sheffield United first. The wheel thinks Sheffield United are going to finish highest out of the relegated Premier League clubs and think Sheffield United will instantly return to the Premier League and have got the Blades to come second place this season in the Championship. Second place for Sheffield United, according to the wheel. Sheffield United fans will love this video, while Sheffield Wednesday fans will hate this video. And the wheel thinks the Blades are going to finish second this season. I can't lie. I think the Blades are going to have a mare of a season. And this might surprise you, but I have got the Blades to finish 22nd this season in the Championship. I've got them to go down to League One, meanwhile. And this might seem as the most controversial prediction yet. Early prediction yet, of course. But my reasoning being, yes, they've still got some of those players that were relegated from the Premier League. But look at them. They finished with minus 100, over minus 100 on goals conceded in the Premier League. They remind me of what Sunderland were in 2017 when they had back-to-back relegations. I really think this is the first time in years that a back-to-back relegation is likely. And I'm going to go bold and go Sheffield United to finish in that bottom three as it stands with Derby and Blackburn. But the wheel thinks otherwise. The wheel thinks Sheffield United will clean up all that mess they had in the Premier League, get back to winning ways, sign some new players, get their takeover sorted, and Chris Wilder to mean business and bring the Blade straight back up to the Barclays Premier League for 2025-26. So they have got Sheffield United to go straight back up, which leaves us with our champions. The wheel thinks Cardiff are going to win the league. The wheel thinks Cardiff are going to win this season's championship, which would be an unbelievable season for Errol Bulot. Interestingly enough, Cardiff did win the league themselves in the 2017. No, they didn't. Sorry, they came second in the 2017-18 championship season behind Wolves. And they do know how to get promoted to the Premier League, of course. But the wheel thinks they'll win it this time. They won it in 2013, to be fair, Cardiff. They did win it in 2013, the championship. So if this happens, the wheel thinks that Cardiff will get their first league title in this tier since the 2012-13 season. And Vincent Tan will have a cracking season if this does happen. Now, I can't lie. I have got Cardiff playoffs at the moment. I think Cardiff are going to have a great season this season. I think they've got a lot better. Errol Bulot also is a brilliant manager. I personally thought he was the second best manager in the championship last season behind Ipswich's Kieran McKenna. He had a cracking season, Cardiff, finishing in 12th after nearly everyone had them to go down. And they had a brilliant season. And I can see them do better this season. I really think Errol Bulot is going to be one to watch for this season's EFL Championship. I've got Cardiff playoffs at the moment. I really think there's something good going there at the moment. So, but the wheel thinks otherwise. They think Cardiff will do even better. So the wheel has got Cardiff to get promoted to the Premier League for the first time since the 2018-19 season, and Sheffield United to finish runners-up in second place and get back to the Premier League themselves. So that would be interesting if that does happen. So there we are. That is the table there, wrapped up for you there, guys. I'll get it on my screen right now. But we're going to finish this video, this podcast, with one thing left. And that is who is going to win the playoffs, which we're going to let the wheel decide. So here we go then. Now that I've done the table, I'll resume to my old colours during this. But who does the wheel think's going to win the playoffs? So Bristol City, we're going to do our one last because I want to get all excited. But Bristol City or Watford, who will make Wembley according to the wheel? It won't be a West Country final then, because the wheel thinks Watford will get to the playoff final, which would mean Bristol City would spend another season in the Championship, and that would put Watford into Wembley for this season. Right, who will it be then? Us or Borough? Cornish Janner versus Dazzers football stand. Oh my God, I don't want to watch. Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God, that's incredible! That's absolutely incredible! I can't believe it! The wheel thinks Plymouth Argyle are going to get to the playoff final at Wembley for promotion to the freaking Premier League. Oh my God, look at that. That is amazing. And we would knock Borough out in the process, which would mean more heartbreak for Borough in the playoffs. They stay in the Championship for another season, and we're in the final against Watford. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Oh my God, we could actually get promotion to the Premier League and the top tier for the first time in the club's history, according to the wheel. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I can't believe it. I actually cannot believe it. We're in the final against Watford at Wembley. Now, can Argyle get rid of what I call the curse of Devon? And that is, or the curse of Devon and Cornwall, and that is win at Wembley. We haven't won a final at Wembley since beating Darlington ages ago. So it's us or Watford in the final. Oh my God. I mean, even if we lose the final, it's still been a brilliant season. But I know that if we get to Wembley and we lose the final to get promotions to the Premier League, it would be the biggest heartbreak, I think, not just in Argyle's history, but in my whole entire life. I genuinely mean that as well. I genuinely mean that. Well, here we go then. The calm before the storm. The calm before the storm. The playoff final. I can't believe the wheels got us to get to the playoff final. That is mental. Well, it's going to be us or Watford in the Premier League. Either we get to the Premier League for the first time in our history, or Watford return to the Premier League for the first time in 2022. Since 2022. Oh, this is going to be utter heartbreak. I don't want to watch. I actually don't want to watch. If this legit happens in real life, it will be the best day of my life. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Whoever it lands on will reach promotion to the Premier League with Cardiff, with Sheffield United. Oh my God. Who is it? Who is it? No! 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 Let's just end the video there. Oh, no, 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 no. I'd actually cry. I'd be in tears out there if that happens at Wembley. I'd actually be in tears out there. I'd actually be in tears out there if this was legit in real life. Oh my God. The wheel thinks we're going to lose the playoff final of the Premier League to Watford. Oh my God, I'd actually cry my eyes out. It'd be the most heartbreaking day of not just Argyle's history or watching Argyle, but it would be actually probably the most heartbreaking day of my life. Oh my God. Oh my God. The wheel thinks Watford are going to go back to the Premier League. Oh my God, no. No, no, no. I mean, at least on the positive, that is still probably the best season I've ever seen in my life, if that does happen, because we have never finished in my lifetime higher than 10th in the Championship. That is the highest I've ever seen us finish in the Championship in my lifetime. In the 2007-08 season, with the squad that Ian Holloway built. And that squad was capable of being promoted to the Premier League. But this would be an even better season to get to the playoffs for the first time of the Championship for this club. But lose a brilliant season, an incredible season, another season in the Championship, 25-26, bring it on. But to lose the playoff final to Watford like that, oh my God, that would I'd actually wouldn't stop crying. That'd be legit heartbreak. It would be legit heartbreak, honestly. Well, the wheels got Watford to beat us in the playoff final. Oh my God. Well, the positive is, I guess, is that people might see us as one of the favourites for 25-26 if we keep all our players. But my only problem with that is that if that did happen, if this actually did happen, my only worry would be is that I'd worry that Hallett and Dewsnip would sell all our best players just to get the biggest money possible. But would we replace them? Well, I don't know. But, oh my God. And Rooney would get snapped up by someone as well, knowing us. Oh, man. Oh, that's heartbreaking. But hopefully, if that does happen, we finish 6th and lose the playoff final. If that does happen, hopefully we will be seen as one of the favourites to finally get to the Premier League in 25-26. But we will see. We will see. But the wheel has spoken. The wheel has spoken. That is the predictions for you there, guys. So close. So close to promotion to the Premier League, according to the wheel for this football club. The wheel's got us to lose the playoff final at Wembley to Watford. And the Devon curse continues. The Devon curse continues. Oh, man. Oh, man. It'd be such a sad day for football. I mean, congratulations to Watford if that does happen, because I do like Watford as well. But my God, we would be that agonisingly close to reach the top flight for the first time in the club's history. And we miss out in the playoff final to Watford. But there you are, guys. The wheel has spoken. That is what the wheel thinks is going to be the 2024-25 season. I'm going to get the table up once more, of course, so you all know. But that is it from me, guys. That is this video is a bit of fun, of course, at the end of the day. Heartbreak for me because the wheel's got us to get to the playoffs and lose the playoff final. But my God, what a roller coaster of a season that would honestly be for this football club if that does happen. But either way, thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I wanted to make this video eventually, and here we are now. I'll be getting changed soon because I will be off to I'll be off into Plymouth City Centre to watch the Euro final between England and Spain. Come on, England. I'll be making a video for that as well, so keep an eye on for that. But either way, thank you for watching this, guys, and we will see you all for the next one. We will do a Premier League version of this as well, and League One, and potentially League Two, the National League, and the National League South as well. So we can see, and the National League North too, so we can see on what the pyramid will look like for the 25-26 season according to the wheel. But thanks for me from now, but we'll see you in the next one. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army, and the wheel has got Plymouth Argyle Football Club to finish in 6th place this season under Wayne Rooney and to lose the playoff final heartbreakingly to Watford. So, yeah, cheers for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video. And, well, yeah, that's all from me now. Cheerio!
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.